What is up, everybody? It is Friday night. We're about to have a full house here, and we've got 13 books, CGC unboxing, and the kicker. I got an email. One of these books had to get bumped up to the unlimited value tier. Is there a 9.9 in here, or is there something else? We will see. Coming up next on the Paper Trace channel. That was the Cover Lover intro. How you like that? That's a little change of scenery, right? Oh, how is everybody doing? And look, we started on time. You know why we did that? Because of Zim. Because Zim said we weren't. So I was like, you know what? Screw you. We're doing it. How's everybody out there? If you're catching this on the rewind, we're going to start this show. We're just going to like bullshit a little bit, just talk a little bit, hang out, catch up. I know Doc Plagaus, the gentleman to my left, is going to have a nice little haul that he wants to share with us. You still want to do that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So he's going to share a little bit with us, and apparently it's pretty nice. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And then we've got, of course, Mr. Darklaw. Always enjoy when he can make it. How you doing, buddy? You there? Hello? Darklaw? Oh, is he frozen? Maybe he froze. Yeah. But anyway, we're going to have a couple of other people probably joining us as well. And we'll get into the submission in just a little bit, but we are going to, like I said, hang out for a bit first. And what's new on y'all's end?
Man.
Well,
not
or Plagueis? No, go ahead, Plagueis.
Yeah. Not a lot. I had a really good weekend last weekend, followed by a really terrible week business wise. So I'm happy the work week's over.
Oh yeah.
About $250,000 worth of equipment crapped out on me this week. So
ouch.
Yeah, I was telling Rev about it. I've got $10,000 worth of technicians showing up on Monday to work on said equipment. So
oh wow. That's wild.
I'm gonna live it up this weekend.
Oh yeah, man. So, Claw, how about you? Better?
Nothing. I was on vacation this week. I ain't do shit. It was great.
Nice. Way to rub it in. Way to rub it into Doc there.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I know a few things have happened. Of course, we'll do pickups and all. What else? Anything else? New comic book day just happened? Anything on y'all's end? What'd y'all pick up? Anything?
I jumped on Martian Manhunter and read that right away. That's like soon as I get it, I'm in the parking lot reading it still.
Yeah.
I don't remember what else. I think I got 6 books. I don't remember what any of the other 5 were.
Yeah.
Trying to see my hauls over there, but yeah.
Plagueis? I mean, Albert.
I grabbed Ultimate Spider-Man. Was new issues this week. I'm going to be in Baton Rouge next week.
Yeah.
And I'm like so far behind. I'm just going to, while I'm working.
Catch up.
Yeah, catch up. So I got everything
nice.
I needed to catch up on that. That's pretty
nice. Very good. Very good. I did not make it to the comic shop this week. This week was pretty busy all around for me. But I did happen to squeeze in a video overnight in editing, and that took forever. So if you haven't checked it out yet, it actually came out today. Check it out. Just some insight on my thought process for PSA, and I do want to test out their grading, just see how it is. And there's a couple of things I kind of want to get the jump on. So I did a little video sharing maybe some untapped, things to look out for PSA, things to kind of, maybe get graded and say these are going to be more safe bets. I'm not talking about sending in ASM 300s or ASM 129s or, you know, big books. But these are things that are safe bets if you want to test out the quality of, like, you know, how they're grading their 9.8s and how they're grading their 10s. And maybe the market that a lot of people are overlooking, which is not the Sports Illustrated market, but maybe the sport comic book market, which is interesting because if you actually go search on eBay, there's not like a whole lot of them out there. There are some, but it's not like it's completely flooded with regular Marvel and DC stuff. So if the people from their card, you know, client base gets into the comic stuff to add it to their collections, you know, who knows how quickly all that little stuff can dry up. So it's just some kind of interesting thoughts I was throwing out there. But yeah, go check it out. Yeah, we had any movie stuff going on. We had some more Fantastic Four stuff drop. They released an Instagram now. You saw that?
Instagram? No, I didn't see the Instagram. I saw the latest trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think of the trailer? Claus?
Good. I'm trying to figure out, like, how's it? I feel like it's paced. It's going to be paced. Like, it's not going to be like one contained story. It's going to be spread out over like a couple years. Because in the trailer, doesn't she say that I'm pregnant? And then later in the trailer, there's a baby. It was like,
oh, yeah.
So it's going to be like,
time jump.
Yeah, time jumps and stuff like that.
Absolutely, there will be. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think it's going to try to establish them.
But you just thought the trailer was okay?
That's all right.
What? I thought it was the greatest trailer they've ever had. I thought it was so good. It was bad.
I didn't say it was bad. It's not bad at all. But
I thought it was amazing. Yeah.
It was the first one to get me excited for the movie, honestly. I'm like, I'm notoriously pretty like resistant to all the movie stuff. That one actually got me excited for the first time for a movie in a long time. So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I thought it looks really good. I think they've really touched up on the special effects are looking really, really good.
Yes,
I was kind of iffy. Yeah. I was iffy about Shia LaBeouf whenever I saw her for the first time, and I was like, ugh. But she looks way better now. And how she delivers her lines is cryptic, man. You know, I am his beginning. I am your end. Very about. I love it, dude. It's so good. And I like the whole Ben not saying clobbering time thing. That was kind of cool. Like they're trying to get him to say it the whole movie, and then I'm sure he will, of course, at the end or something. And I really liked it. I think, what do y'all think is going to do better, that or Superman?
I think Superman a little bit.
Yeah, you think Superman's going to make more money?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think Fantastic Four is going to do better. I think people are just more drawn to Marvel, I guess. Of the two, I don't know. I'm not excited for Superman at all. I'm not going to lie. Yeah.
I would have said it would have been about even, but then I found out that like Thunderbolts technically bombed, even though that was a good movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it might just be because it's Marvel that it did that, because people don't know. It automatically comes with, I got to know all of this other stuff before I go to see the movie, and it's not worth it, so I'm just not going to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Any Marvel movie is going to have that stigma on it. So even though it's the first Fantastic Four movie, I guarantee you probably don't need to know anything from any other movies in it. People aren't going to assume that, though, so they might just skip it. Everybody knows the Superman movie. Yeah, everybody knows Superman movie is the start of the whole like new DCU and all kind of stuff like that. I feel like they're going to have a better chance of getting people to go to that one.
Yeah.
Just for that fact. That's a fresh start kind of thing.
Yeah, that is a good point. Superman is also extremely just iconic. Like, you know, when it comes to like world popularity, you know, Superman's definitely the bigger
it
draw.
Really transcends the like DC as a publisher or studios, definitely. So yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But what I can see happening is I can see Superman having a huge like first week, and then I can see it not doing as good in the long run because of certain tonal things I've heard about the movie. And so I can see Fantastic Four having not quite as good of a start as Superman does in its initial weekend, but doing better for longer. So I think initially it might look like Superman is going to do well, but I think like at the end of each of their runs at the box office, I think Fantastic Four is gonna, I think this whole, and I know it was kind of like with Thunderbolts, and they're like Marvel's back, and I did talk to people that are kind of, I guess you could say like the normies or the non-comic book fans, and they're like, and they're all like, yeah, we hear like, it sounds like, Marvel's back on their game. And that is something that, Rev's in the house. Rev's back.
Oh, nice.
Rev worm food. That's funny. But that is something that I think, is going to kind of like have a bigger punch this time. Like if people hear that again, I think people are going to be more apt to come. What is up, dude?
Hey, what did I just walk in on? What was just said?
We're just talking Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay.
New trailer. Did you see it?
Nope, I'm not going to watch anymore. You and I are going to go hold hands and watch that movie together.
I got the tickets already.
Oh, shit.
With Crystal. Yeah, for opening.
You sit in the middle
or whatever. Yeah, we snagged them up, but there should actually. I'll send you the link where we're going. There actually, I think there's seats left. They're not sold out, not even close.
Really?
Wow.
And I got them 2 days ago, I think. Yeah, not even close.
When does it come out?
July 26th.
Oh, we got time.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a Galactus head?
I think it's like $70.
Am I gonna get some Galactus head?
Hey.
I mean,
I walked in and you said people were coming. People will come.
Yeah. I don't think so because I still have my Deadpool head. Did y'all get the Deadpool head pool?
Oh yeah.
The zombie one? Oh yeah, that's right. I got you one. You got one too, Rev, huh?
Yep. I got it with you.
Yep. And so I still have that. I don't see where I would store a freaking giant Galactus head.
Yeah.
I have all my popcorn buckets and stuff like that on top of my cabinets in my kitchen because there's like a top to it. So I have them like placed around there. So I have like the was it Into the Spider-Verse, the Miles and Gwen heads, the popcorn buckets.
Yeah.
I have those up there. I have the Deadpool, and then I have a regular popcorn bucket from Wolverine Deadpool.
Nice.
If the Galactus one was not $70, I would be getting it, but it's $70.
$70.
Crazy.
For a popcorn bucket. Not happening.
Yeah, that is a lot. What were you about to say, Rev?
I was saying that $70 is too much. I was actually looking at a designer toilet seat for my bathroom, and it was $95, and that gets way more use than a Galactus head would. You know what I'm saying?
It's pretty big bucket. You could probably
but you don't use
fill
it for
up
anything
with
else.
a lot of. Yeah,
you use it one time, and
There's
honestly,
one
probably not even
bucket
going to use
could be
it.
used twice.
Could it be used at all? Because you're going to have to wash it. How are you going to wash it with the electronics inside of it?
There's
Is it
electronics in it?
Yes, the lights, like the eyes.
wet wipes, man. Lysol. I tell you what, popcorn bucket I still have, and it's the only one other than the Headpool one that I have, is Avengers Endgame.
What was it?
It's a steel. It's just like a nice, cool, simple steel thing, embossed or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you see the ones for Superman? Because there's a couple different ones for Superman.
No.
What are we doing?
So there's a dog bowl for Crypto.
That's actually clever.
Oh
Right?
wow.
There's another one that is
okay.
Crypto holding a bag of popcorn in his mouth, and that's where the popcorn goes.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Popcorn buckets.
I would
All right,
get
Rev,
that one.
what Rev was about to shit on popcorn buckets. Go ahead.
It's not that, man. It's just, what are we doing? We're talking
What do you mean?
literally like, popcorn buckets. Like
That's
what?
where the conversation's going.
There was really only one popcorn bucket out there, and I think that everybody needs to just acknowledge it. We all know the one that was the most famous one. It was Dune. After that, everybody's just trying to jump on these popcorn buckets.
Yeah.
That's the only bucket you would ever use again and again and again.
And again.
You know,
You might.
wet wipes.
Oh man.
So speaking of Superman and crypto, dude, I'm so pissed about that damn auction. Did you see what happened in the auction, Claw? Did you see the last one?
Yeah, it was
So-
271, right?
271, dude. All right. So here's a story for anybody that doesn't what. What are
I
you saying,
think
Claw?
that's the value of it. I think those other sold
think that's
ones,
a
500, was the same thing that got you. I think somebody's trying to bring up the price to make it worth that much. I think $250 is probably the actual value.
Maybe, yeah. Because why do a buy it? No, I guess if you don't want to take the chance of going to
Yours took
auction,
forever to get to that point. The other guy who has a 9.8 on auction is barely inching. Like he's just like right when you're sold.
Yeah, but
he got another bid.
Okay, so mine had my first auction. So backstory for anybody like that doesn't know what the hell's going on. Basically, the Superman Crypto Friendship Unleashed book, right? The 9.8. When I opened it up, it was on the CGC census, the only one, and that's what the CGC census said it was. So I immediately, before I even dropped the video, put it on eBay for sale, and I did a 99-cent starting bid, and then I buy it now for, I think I put like $1,000 at best offer, just like throwing a Hail Mary. And so immediately somebody bid on it. And I mean, within the first day, it tells you how many people have viewed your listing. Within the first 24 hours, it had like 175 views and like 50 or no, maybe like 30 watchers. But by the halfway point, I think I did a 5-day thing. So like after like two days or so, it had over 30 bids on it, and it had over 10 bidders on it. And so there was like multiple people grasping at it. And so long story short, it sold for $591. And after it sold, I went and I looked at the feedback for the person that actually won it. And all they have is one negative feedback, and it's it sold me something, ghosted me, eBay had to step in. So no feedback at all, and it's bad. And so I messaged the person. I said, hey, a lot of people are, interested in this. I said, I'm going to be looking for payment within the next 24 hours. If not, I'm going to have to cancel it. And they never even responded to that message. Oh. Once they didn't respond to that message, I immediately put it up for sale again. I had 3 people message me saying, what happened? Why is it back up for sale? Did they not pay? And I said, yeah. And one guy's like, man, I wish it would have went to me. He's like, I was the second highest bidder at $591. What do you think his bid was? It had to have been at least maybe $550. People think in round numbers when they're bidding. So let's say it was $550. So I had no choice but to list it. So I listed for 3 days because the next guy, his bidding was going to end in 5 days, right? So I wanted to get before him. So it was a 3-day bid, but I had to list it where the bidding would end today at 10 o'clock. And I know people are going to be at work. I know it's not going to be good, but I wanted to be before this other dude, his ended. So anyway, it sold today for $271. I mean, more than half of what it would have sold for. And I was furious. And I messaged the dude that bought it and didn't pay. And I said, you cost me hundreds of dollars. Yeah. I said, what a great human being you are.
Nice.
I didn't say anything else because I didn't want eBay to get me for harassment or something. So I threw it with sarcasm. So what do you do? Kick me off for saying he's a great human being? He's a great human being. So anyway, the dude's a fucking cunt. I can say that on my channel here, but he is. And dude, it pisses me off. What's up? Where'd you get that? Don Shoes Darth Vader popcorn bucket. Oh, that is interesting. I don't remember that one. But anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just acknowledging the chat. We haven't been looking at the chat lately.
Yeah. What's up, Zim?
Derek, eBay is way too biased for buyers. It really is, dude. It really, really is. So that's the story for that fucking thing.
It's still more expensive than any book I've ever sold on eBay by a long shot. So congratulations on your loss.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically it is. It's a win, but it's a loss. It's a win because I spent $6 on the book, $40 to get it graded. But it's still I don't like people fucking with my shit, man. It pisses me off. But we're gonna have more success tonight with this CGC unboxing. And I know Plagaus, you want to do your pickup before halftime unboxing or after?
Oh man.
No pressure. It's up to you.
Let's just get it out of the way. This is about you tonight, but
go ahead. No, this is
I didn't have this on Tuesday for my show. But I talked about it. So You guys probably saw my reel as well, and so it was in there.
You want to break down to everybody watching the honey hole, like give them the backstory on the honey hole?
Yeah, so my LCS has been around for about probably about 60 years. Um, pretty much in the same building, and I mean they've probably been buying comic collections for 30 to 40 years, and so they've been throwing comic collections in the basement of their building, which spans. It's a very narrow building, but it's really long, and it spans the entire length of a city block. And pretty much that entire length is filled with collectibles in the store and in the basement as well. Um,
It's like a comic catacombs. Is that
it's
what's
an
going on there? Tell me
yeah,
it's dank and no light.
yeah, yeah, really, really nasty. You gotta wear a mask down there. 2 hours in, and you're starting to contract black lung for sure.
Wait, so is it mold, asbestos?
Oh,
What's
I'm
going on?
sure. I
All of it?
mean, I'm too scared to actually like really investigate that, which wouldn't take. I mean, it wouldn't take much other than just looking anywhere and acknowledging that what you're seeing is what it is. You just kind of got to stay focused on the task at hand, which is
Sure.
you're down there for comics, so just look at the white boxes, ignore anything else. I mean, the whole time we're digging, we're like, I think I just saw something move. Whatever, just get back to it. No, I
Nice.
didn't. Like, it's pretty gnarly. It floods regularly, like in
Whoa.
the winter time.
Wow.
It's quite something. So that being one of many reasons, not just anybody can go down there. I don't know why I've been lucky enough to be one of the chosen few, but I have. Um, and so I got to go down there last Saturday, and I was just digging, and I found a copy of Batman
Nice.
234, which I believe the significance of this is it's his first Silver Age appearance, and it's kind of like his reintroduction, more or less like Two-Face as we know him today. Iconic Neil Adams cover and interior art. Um, so, anyways, kind of the story is I was down there and I'd pulled this book. I skipped out on going to a Comic-Con because I got the go ahead to go in the basement, and I was like, this is way better. You know, I don't have to deal with lines, people, and I'm gonna get an equal assortment of comics, if not better.
What's up?
So hey,
What's up, man?
Hey.
so I had a good little budget, and
Mhm.
so I put this book in thinking I'm gonna probably, spend a couple $100 maybe on it, plus
Mhm.
whatever else I grab. So my buddy who runs the comic shop, he had come down, and I was like at a table, kind of going through what I had picked out for myself, and I was kind of also showing him, what I was pulling, and this was one of the more notable key books. So I was like, oh yeah, I found one of these. So much for there not being any big books down here, because they always try to say, oh, we wouldn't have put it down here if it wasn't big, which
Yeah.
is crazy. I mean, we found a Secret Wars 8, multiple copies of Predator #1. I mean, and that's just to name a few.
Yeah.
But anyways, as I'm showing him this book and telling him about it, and we're just chit chatting, the idea pops in my head. Oh, I should check the interior page, because this era, that's where they did the autographs more commonly on the interior page than the cover as they do nowadays. And so, let's see here.
Just on a whim, you did this. You're like, yeah, let's go to the inside, take a look.
Well, it's a habit that I'm in, but at the time I hadn't done it yet. I was gonna eventually do it, and at that moment I remembered, and so
Bada
Nice.
boom.
Nice.
yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. That is
So,
incredible.
he saw it and was kind of like, I'm gonna have to tell Joe, the owner, about this. Like I can't price this and let you walk out of here with it. He would, if he found out, he'd be upset. And I'm like, I love my shop. I'm like, dude, it's fine. Totally. Just promise me it's mine. Like before I leave today, I'm going to leave money in the bag and board to secure it, and so, yeah, he ended up telling, we went upstairs to see if we could price it and I could leave with it. And Joe, the owner, was like, well, it's his, no matter how long it takes him to pay it off, whatever, it's his. But I'd like to see it and touch it before it leaves my store, because that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So I actually at the time was selling one book for them, a high-end slab that I actually had sold it already, but it was through eBay, so I was waiting on the funds. So I was kind of in their good graces. And then while I was there, I took a picture of another book that they had that has been collecting dust, and I pretty much
this
Look
guy.
at that.
I sold this within a few hours, so I made them like $2,300.
Nice, dude.
So they ended up giving me a little bit of credit and a really good deal on this. I only ended up paying $300. So
Nice, dude. That's awesome, man.
yeah,
Good shit.
So yeah, not really a signature I ever had on my radar to get. I mean, of course you can hop on eBay at any moment and buy one, but it's like you can't get it in person. Unfortunately, he's passed. This would be my only other preferred way of getting it, is just hunting and getting the luck of the draw.
What book was it in? I missed what book it was in.
Batman 234, which is first appearance of Two-Face. Actually, I think this is 71, so it's just after Silver Age.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like his reintroduction, the character we know today. Yeah, so...
What a thrill, man. What a thrill. Let's acknowledge that for sure. That's crazy,
Yeah.
That's way better than like a Mark Jewelers. That's a thrill. That's a thrill. But you just like whimsically like opening books and seeing the signature. Like, you mean you had to go like ice cold in the comic catacomb and be like, holy shit. You had to feel like a Goonie, like seeing the ship at the end of the, Amazing.
The box I pulled it out of, I was actually under. So there have been over many, 20 years, there have been people in and out of here, and we found like stashes of just key books. One guy even filled a whole separate room. There's probably like 10,000 books in this room, and they're all key books. The room's insane. But I had noticed a section of the main basement where there was a table with like a wall of boxes in front of it. And so I kind of went through those and uncovered a bunch of boxes under this table. And so I was like, oh, there's something in here. And like, there was maybe 6 boxes. And yeah, again, they were all key books, Secret Wars 8, the team up with the Black Suit Spider, the Arthur Adams Magnola cover, I think. I mean, just key after key, and this book was in that mix, and just insane.
Yeah, the pictures looked incredible, dude. Like, that's the best. That's the best hunting that you could hope for. Is that untapped, pretty much, chaos. The more chaotic, the better,
Yeah.
And so, wear it, mask up, and try to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Like Derek Neiman said, try to avoid exhuming.
Yeah.
Whenever possible.
West Coast Avengers is coming down next Saturday, and we're going to go spend the day down there.
Oh, nice.
I told them to bring bear mace.
To bring what? To bear mace? To bring bear mace? That's funny.
Yeah. Just jokingly.
That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be very cool. Dave's got great knowledge on all things comics, man. He's it's crazy.
He's gonna find some gems. He's gonna have the time of his life.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
jealous.
absolutely. Absolutely. I know I threw out at you an idea. So we won't talk about it until we, solidify that. But
I was gonna say we will chat about that actually,
yeah,
because I didn't know when I would be going down next, but I needed to talk to the owner today to make sure that Dave could come, because again, it's not a privilege he gives out
sure.
much, but
Yeah.
he pretty much said, if you're saying he's a good guy, like he's got the go ahead. So I was like,
Watch Dave just rob him blind.
right.
Just drops his YouTube channel, all for like a short box of Turok ones.
Well, so I'll try to keep this quick, but actually about a year and a half ago when I first got down there, I spoke to my business partner about potentially purchasing the entire basement. The owner of the shop, he's retiring soon, and he did kind of have a dollar amount in mind for someone to purchase the whole thing, and it wasn't bad for what's down there. But we ultimately came to the conclusion that the dollar amount for the collection is fine, but the dollar amount it would take to get the collection out of the basement, I mean, you can't even begin to. I mean, I don't even know what it would. Maybe it would cost as much as the collection. There's literally, it's a staircase that kind of curves, and it's only big enough for one person to go up and down at a time, and so you'd only be able to do one box at a time. And there's
Isn't that wild that you can be in a situation where the amount of books starts to devalue itself by the amount that goes up because of the amount of man work and or labor or equipment? Like to acquire that, even if you have a storage unit, you'd probably have to take out another rent of another storage unit just to store at least one. From the pictures that I saw, you have U-Haul trucks and man labor, health hazards. Dude.
Yeah. It's the collection will go nowhere other than it's going to come up and be distributed through the store for 200 years to come.
It's fun. The last comic shop on Earth.
Yeah, it's really too bad. That would have been a lot of fun, but it's just not worth it. It's really unfortunate because like the main area where the bulk of it is, there is a staircase and it's only about 8 stairs, and it's wide enough that you could have like 15 people going up and down at a time, and it leads you right to the front of the building, but it's the entryway or whatever has been paved over. It's sidewalk now. So
how many days do you think it would take to get through all of the boxes in there? Like when you and Dave go in there, what do you think, what percentage of it do you think you guys are going to be able to tackle?
2%.
Wow, that's crazy.
I've been down there probably 10 times, and I bet you I have not been through. I haven't even hit 10% of it.
Yeah,
it's insane. For probably half of a city block, it's just long boxes stacked like 7 or 8 boxes high, and they're just back to back, pressed up against each other. So it's like to even get one row of 7 boxes out is like you risk it collapsing on itself. It's overwhelming. You get in there and you don't like where do you go? What do you do? What do you look? It's like it's insane. I've have a hard time describing it even now after I've been down there so many times.
That's insane. Claw, you got something?
I'm jealous as fuck right now.
I
want to go so bad. You have no idea about when I would want to dig through that stuff.
Road trip.
Hey man, the invite. I got the go ahead. If I give my word, people can come. So you 3 are welcome out here. I'll put you guys up. Whatever.
You're in Oregon? You're in Oregon, aren't you?
Washington.
Washington. Okay.
I'm about 2 hours south of Seattle. So
that's good. Okay. Okay.
It'd be a bit of a trip, and there's not much here other than that. But what else would you want to do? You know?
Oh, I would be there all week just doing that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
For a 2-hour drive, you and I could spray paint some trains along the way, couldn't we?
No.
Sure we could.
Sleep over in the basement.
Yeah.
John O'Silva joined us. What is up, buddy? How you doing?
Pretty good, man.
Nice.
Finally got those kids to sleep.
Yeah, dude.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I was playing solo dad earlier, and thankfully everything went smoothly, which is why we started on time. Yeah. Okay, should we start breaking into this?
Real quick, small bit of
got?
housekeeping here. Dark Claw, would you please let your child keep her streak on Duolingo? She's really failing me right now.
Her memory's not the best.
Let her know that I know that our friendship is being broken every night. Okay. How old is she?
I'll remind her.
No excuse.
Yeah, 7.
Anyway,
Hey,
sorry.
What happened?
She just got like yellow on yellow Taekwondo belt.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
So she's been busy practicing for that. So
Dark Claw's 7-year-old daughter and I have had a Duolingo streak broken recently, and she doesn't seem to care the way I care. But that's fair. Okay.
Speaking about it. Hey, she decided to do it. For a 7-year-old wanting to learn Spanish out of nowhere.
She blew me off that entire Comic-Con so she could practice Spanish, and then like 2 weeks later, she's just like nonchalantly not doing it anymore. So I'm just letting her know. You know, I'm calling her.
She rediscovered Power Rangers again, so she's been watching Power Rangers.
So it's a child after all. Okay.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay, so we are we'll slowly chip into this, and we can take little breaks and stuff. Nobody's in a rush here tonight, I don't think. It's Friday night, right?
Mm-hmm.
So backstory real quick on this CGC unboxing. This originally had a theme to it, and it was Wolverine was the theme. And so I think I started off like I had a lot of Wolverine limited series number 1s. And I was like, let me throw in some other Wolverine books. So I did. It's actually a 16 book unboxing, but 3 of them are custom label. Those are going to get here actually probably tomorrow or Monday. So when I do like the market report of this submission, like I sometimes do, I'm going to actually probably unbox those live on that video. Those are going to be cool. But there's some really good books in here. So there is 13 books I sent, mostly Wolverine, but you start pressing stuff, and then stuff's like sitting in a press or sitting in a cold press for a couple of days. You're like, this one's really, it's an easy press. So I kept on just throwing like 2 books in, 3 books in, and all of a sudden it built up to this thing here. So there's a couple of things in here that are out of left field that don't even belong with a Wolverine submission, but they're fun, kind of unique, some of them. And I got an email from CGC saying that one of your books does not fit the value of the modern submission. So they bumped it up to the unlimited tier. So if anybody's not familiar, when that happens, basically CGC, if they grade your book a certain grade and they find that value is over $1,000, then they'll bump it up to unlimited tier. And so they charged me an extra $70. So here's the thing. So here's like what I was trying to tussle in my head, figure out, okay, I know what book it was. They give you the line number on the invoice. So one of the Wolverine ones was bumped up into unlimited value tier. Now, here's the thing. There's one of 2 things. There's 3 directs in here and a newsstand. My prediction on these was one was like maybe a 9.4. And then the newsstand, I was really thinking it could be a 9.8. And then the other 2, I think one of them I thought could be a 9.8. And the other one was like probably a 9.8, maybe a 9.6, right? So we'll just chalk it up to I thought one was a 9.4, 3 9.8s. We'll just keep it simple. So a couple of these, or one of these at least, I was like, it could get a 9.9. Oh. So whenever they hit me with the unlimited value thing, what they do is they charge you, it's a minimum of $115, or it's 4% of the market value of whatever book they graded. So for instance, if let's say ASM 300, let's say if they graded a 9.8, that's a $3,000 book. you're going to get hit with 4% of that $3,000 is what they're going to charge your card. And they're going to give you an email saying they upcharged you. So they only hit me with $70. Now I'm like, well, that's weird because that doesn't equate to any fair market value. Not even the newsstand. If the newsstand would have hit a 9.8, I think that's probably like a $1,400 book. But I was like, that's not 4%. So I was thinking maybe what it was the minimum that they charge is $115. And because the CGC Elite members get 20% off, that is what they did. So it's $115 minus 20%, which is roughly close to around $70 or $80. But the other thing though, I went straight to Reddit and I started reading like posts and forums about people with upticks on their submissions. And a couple of people have said that they never charged the full amount of the fair market value. One guy got an ASM 300 newsstand. They gave him the email, said it got bumped up, and they only charged him, I think, like $250 or $300. But an ASM 300 newsstand is like a $8,000 comic. So they didn't even charge him anywhere close to the fair market value of that book. And then I was thinking, okay, well, I was like, one of the things I thought could maybe hit a 9.9 was the newsstand. I was like, if that newsstand hits a 9.9, there is none. So I was like, they wouldn't have a fair market value to go off of. They could go off of a 9.9 direct, but it's technically a variant. So as a company, would you take that risk and like, well, we're just going to charge you the variant amount? Like, can you take that risk? Or can you just charge me the minimum amount because there's no fair market value to go off of? Does that make sense? Or
Yeah.
Does it? Like, because there's no fair market value for that book, did they just charge me the minimum amount because they don't want to get like sued or anything like that?
I mean, where did they get their fair market value from anyway?
Say again? Oh, I don't know. Probably GPA analysis.
So it depends. Yeah. I mean, if they caught it on a day when like it's like the book sold like cheap and dropped it down. Yeah. I mean, it also kind of depends on the day, right?
I guess so.
Depends when it looks.
Right.
So you may have a 9.9.
I may have a 9.9 newsstand.
Sorry, man. For all of you out there, he may have a 9.9. This is awesome. You know?
Yeah. Rev simplifying it to for
me,
everybody.
For everybody else, for me.
There's a couple of things that could happen.
I'm excited for you, though. I'm excited. Whatever's good, I hope it's good for you. But
so what I was saying is that there's a couple of things that can happen. A 9.9 newsstand is one, or a 9.8 newsstand is the other. There you go. Make it nice and easy.
Hell yeah.
We're hoping for a 9.9. Have you ever got a 9.9?
I've never gotten a 9.9.
Okay.
Ever. No. Have you ever seen one? I've seen one.
I have. I've seen one.
They're legit. Like I could tell it was a 9.9 for sure. It was almost like fake looking.
I wanted to ask earlier when we were talking about PSA, didn't they say they were going to be grading like they grade their cards? So like it would go from 9.5 to a 10, or they're doing the 9 breakdown?
They're doing 9.8 to 10. They're doing 9.8 and they're doing a 10.
So no 9.9.
No.
And are they doing 9.2, 4, and 6?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Anybody in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not even really sure about that. I just know that they're getting rid of the 9.9.
Because like in the cards, I think it just goes from like 9.0, 9.5, and then 10.
Yeah. Yep. So. Okay, and now these 13 books here, I know. Because I was trying to get through the invoice, and I stumbled on a couple of them. So I do know 4 of the grades out of 13. Let's see what we got here.
I do have a comment about your video.
I'll
hold it until a little bit later.
Which one?
The PSA video you did with the sports books and things like that.
Oh yeah.
I'll hold it though. I'll hold it.
Okay.
It's a fun.
So, hold on. Let me see if This is perfect because these are a couple that I know. Let me try to know. How do you do like just figuring things out, guys? Just figuring things out on a whim.
I mean, do you do the big one with you? Everybody can hear us.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Do you the big one? There you go.
There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Nice. Okay. So this one right here, Time of Fall. This is one of the ones I was like, let me just throw these in the press real quick while some other stuff is in cold press. This is actually the ASM 300 homage here. So this is Incredible Hulk 344. Awesome Todd McFarlane art. Now, I knew that this was going to be 9496. And so I'll just show you right now.
So you know the grid. Okay, 9.4. All right. Okay.
Not happy about that one.
It's a tough cover, man. It's black. It's tough.
It is black. And then we're going to get this one out the way too. The other one,
unhappy cover. Yeah.
The other one. Yeah. Which I was like, this is definitely a 9.6. Got the 9.4. They double graded. Yeah. So we'll get those out the way. Those are the bummers. Hopefully the only bummers of this whole submission. So those are going to be free for anybody who just claims it in the comments. I'm kidding.
I can drop those for you too if you'd like.
Oh, that'd be great. You know, the one that you dropped, or the two that you dropped.
Well, calm down.
Nice.
Calm down.
Shattered both of them.
Calm down.
Literally the next week, somebody bought it off of eBay, and I had to cut the price in half for them.
Calm down. I didn't negligently drop them.
I
was holding
knowingly did it?
I negligently dropped them. And then
whenever we were setting up for the first con ever, and they were on the racks, and then those dropped too.
Whose fault was that?
Well, you were watching over them.
Are you serious?
You were babysitting them. I heard a bang. I came out. You're like, son of a bitch. And I was like, oh, it happens.
Did those crack?
Yeah, they cracked.
Fuck. Oh.
And then there's the Creep Show book.
Oh, we're playing the greatest hits here, huh?
I think we're, yeah. Okay. So let's see what we got now. Oh shit. Here's one of them. Should we, which one is this? Okay. This is a direct. All right. So we'll hit this one. We'll get this one going. All right, so 3 directs and a newsstand. I don't know if I can tell which one this one is. It's going to be hard in this lighting. I mean, obviously, we're hoping for 9.8s on all of these. I don't know. Okay, so had a bunch of these. Let's see. Oh, 9.6. Maybe this was the 9.4 one. Hopefully, this grader's tough, man. This grader's tough. 9.6, still a great book. Off-white pages. Let's look at the label. Make sure all that's good. Yeah. All that is good. Okay. Cool. Any thoughts so far?
I mean, it's a cool book. They're cool books. I mean, what is the market at? Are they always just a steady book, the Wolverine one? Or is it like, does it ever fluctuate? That's one I don't know very well. You know, does it fluctuate? I know it's iconic, but does it fluctuate in the market a lot?
Yeah, it does. It's one of the most graded books that there is. It's like the quickest census count that's increasing out of all books. Like tons of them are hitting.
Really?
CGC.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, but you know, all that being said, surprisingly, there's still they hold a decent amount of value. Even a 9.8 direct is still a $600-700 book, you know.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there's like thousands of them.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty cool. One day everybody will just have a Wolverine 1 9.8 eventually.
Yeah.
Remember these? This
Yes.
is the second time I've submitted these. Remember they were 9.6s. I had 2 of them.
You were angry about it.
I was angry about it because I thought that they can get 9.8s.
Mm-hmm.
So I busted them out the case. I looked them over, and I don't know what happened after they left me, but they were 9.6s. So I pressed them again, and let's see.
Oh, come on, man.
What we
Come
got.
on. Let's go.
Boom!
Hey!
Nice.
That'll
Hell yeah,
fucking
Omega Man,
teach
number
you
3.
to fuck with me. Yeah, exactly.
First appearance of Lobo. I can't wait for. I feel like I'm gonna be looking forward to the Supergirl movie more than Superman movie.
Yeah.
Is Aquaman in that one? You talking about the Supergirl movie?
No, Lobo's gonna be in it though.
Oh, same guy.
Yeah. Okay, look, here's the second one. Let's see if we can go 2 for 2. Was a 9.6. What? Okay. No, I thought I was seeing something. All right.
You got a bruise there, buddy. What's going on?
Yeah, that's what I was looking. I was like,
Little Fight Club going on there? Yeah, you got a bruise.
Maybe.
Oh.
Weird.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
We won't talk about it.
Boom.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Oh yeah, dude. So 2 9.8s.
You got him, Johnny. You got him.
When you cracked them out, did you do anything more with them, or you just?
I did. So I added way more humidity. Used a tack iron on like the creases that were, or the spine ticks rather, and then I let it cold press. And actually, I cranked the heat up a lot too. I think I put it to like 172 or something like that.
Oh wow!
And then I let it sit in the press for over 24 hours, and then I cold pressed it until I literally packed it up to go to the mail. And then so yeah. Yep. So yeah, those are awesome. Let's open up Go Collect and so that we can keep track of some of these. Let's see, what was that? Omega Man number 3. We'll look at the census on this, see how many they got out there, see what the 90-day value looks like. How is there not a newsstand of this? 1983. I guess it was before the comic shop mainly. No, there was still some comic shops. But interesting that there's not a newsstand. So this is screen. Okay. So it looks like current FMV for a 9.8 is 280. And then wow, look at the graph of this thing. This thing's all over the place. Pretty wild.
But it's going up. It's going steadily up though. For the most part. So
yeah, because thanks to James Gunn.
Yeah.
And Jason Momoa.
Well, and you got this part of a collection too, didn't you? These books, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I got these from the brothers.
I'm mistaken. Really? Okay. Well, look. So I don't know what you bought them for, but guess what, buddy? I mean, aggregate wins here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not upset about it.
Make you forget about broken cases and things like that.
I'd already forgotten. All right. So, should we keep rolling? I don't want to get through this too quick.
I'm gonna get a beer. I'll be right back.
Nice.
All right. This is what we're all here for.
All right. What's the chat saying? Anybody in the chat saying anything? Fingers crossed, 9.9. And they have a 0.3 and 0.5. Is that that's not for comics though, huh? They won't have that for comics.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I do have a bottle of champagne ready. Let's see. We'll leave that one there. Let me keep searching. Another one. And another one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's all 4. That's all 4 of the limited series ones. I got them right over here to the side.
All right.
You missed it. 10.0. 10.0.
10.1. Let's do it.
10.1. Okay, what is this? Okay, this is middle of the road.
Fix the screen. Fix the screen. Fix the screen.
Oh, good call. Get out of here. So this is something I picked up from a lady that was selling her collection for like $3, $4 a book. You guys know who I'm talking about, the locals. Miss Kim. And so I picked up this variant for a few bucks. It was like, this thing is incredible looking. So this is Secret Wars 1. This is a variant. This is the Mike Diodato cover. And there is a color version of this, but obviously this is the sketch. I just thought this thing looked incredible. And I thought I could get a 9.8 all white cover. You would think maybe this would be a little bit more difficult. So let's see what we got. 9.
Hey,
oh, yeah,
right on point. Right on point. It's Maestro and Old Man Wolverine. Yeah, Old Man Logan. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah.
Dude, Maestro's fucking cool, man. I really hope that they utilize him at some point in the near future.
I hope they use the Old Man Logan version of him. Yeah, that was the best one for sure. You know, for me at least.
CBCS has 0.5, 0.3, 0.1. So I guess PSA wanted some of that. Yeah. All right. What's this? Okay, cool. Following up a sketch cover with a sketch cover. So this is I got this graded because of the upcoming Superman movie, and I got this in a collection a long time ago. This is Superman 700. This is an homage to Superman 244, which is a great Neil Adams cover.
Oh yeah.
And this is the sketch variant. This is actually a 1 in 75. This came in a collection a while back. This collection, all kinds of like crazy, weird printings and variants and stuff. So very cool. Super, super scarce. I mean, there's maybe like one of these on eBay, and I don't know. I'm not even sure what the last. We'll look at it. We'll look it up after. But so anyway, I thought it could get a 9.8.
Who's the cover artist? I mean, it looks like
JP Mayer.
Okay.
JP Mayer?
Okay.
I don't know.
Just because it's a little blurry, it looks like a little Frank Miller a little bit there. Just because
it kind of does. Yeah, a little bit. All right. Hoping for a 9.8. If it does, it's going to be pretty scarce. We can maybe do some research on it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Now we're heating up.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool. Hell yeah.
Yep.
So this came out in 2010.
Woo.
So 1 in 75 variant in 2010 is that is pretty. That's actually that is pretty rare actually.
That boggles me.
What's that?
It just boggles me, man. The 1 in 10s I get, the 1 in I guess 25s I get, but God, you got to think about that. To buy 75 books for that one, like that guy really thought Superman 700 was going to go off like crazy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. So currently,
look at that.
There are 7. It looks like 7. Let me see. Let me double check that. Sketch cover. No, there's 19. There's 19 on the census. 3 sales. The last one was for $250. That was last year. So not bad. Not bad at all.
No, not in a collection for sure, man. $5 the case it and off you go.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Look at this.
Look how it's spiked. Look on the right side of the screen. What does that mean? Go back down some? Go back up some. Sorry. Go back up. Top right. You see how that little graphic spikes? What does that mean?
Oh, that's the basically the amount of copies per grade. So these are all the grades on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then so that's how many graded on the left. Going upwards is how many graded. So more 9.8s than anything, which really for this book is how it should be. Oh no.
What?
Why is my mouse not working? Hold on. I think my son broke my mouse. It's been acting up like crazy lately. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to our It's active. It's going nuts. Please. All right. I'm gonna just stay on this. We're just gonna stay here. Just gonna stay there. Okay. All right, so we got those. These are the other Wolverines. We'll get to those in a second. Okay, and we got a few in here. Okay, this is cool. So this is X-Force, Uncanny X-Force, number 1. This is a 1 in 25 variant. Again, another mid-2000s, 2010, 1 in 25 variant. This actually is a Clayton Crane cover.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, this is pretty cool. This came in a collection a long time ago. Was a candidate for 9.8.
And that's what you got. There you go.
Fucking right.
Fun fact. So
Yes.
my LCS, which is Ron's, that's what I have in my name there. That was actually Clayton Crane's from my hometown. So up until he moved and started his career in the industry, that Ron's was his LCS as well.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's funny. That's Ron's Crypt Keeper. That's hilarious. Okay, what's this? Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well.
This thing. This is better. This should be a 9.8.
I want to know, how do you feel about that book now? Because when we first talked about the book when it came out, you said it was nothing but up and up on that book forever. You said the book was going to be one of the modern hits.
Yeah, I think this is a class. This will be a classic Wolverine cover.
Okay. It's cool. It's cool for sure. Yeah.
And I think I'm not gonna look at it yet, but I think the price is suggesting that still as well. The first print of this is still selling higher than pretty much anything. The second print, 1 in 25, had a nice spike on it, which was a virgin. Yeah. But I mean, I think this is going to be.
And that's the first print right there, right?
Yeah, this is the first print.
Okay.
Got it on New Comic Day. Got it from
cover.
the LCS. Black cover should be a 9.8. If not, what the hell am I doing sending it in?
Hey, all right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I felt like you were talking to the CGC guys on that one right there. I felt like you were just like last second grade change, like
right. Yep. I felt it actually. I felt the change behind my hand.
Does John deserve it? Yes, he does.
He's been a good boy. All right. So this one's weird. This I got from my local comic shop, and this is actually pretty scarce. This is. I feel like this is a Plagaus book actually. This is DMC number 1. Daryl makes comics. So this is a Run DMC comic. There's like 4 of them. Okay. And this was apparently out of print, kind of a lower print run, obscure. And who's the cover by? Actually, I think the cover's by one of the no, never mind. No, cover's not by that person. Okay, I was thinking somebody else did the cover on this. The cover art on this is Mike Davis, Sean Crystal. A lot of artists actually.
Oh, yeah, Sean Crystal.
I don't know who that is. Can you tell us?
He's got that. Have you heard of that channel Ink Pulp?
No.
Dave plugs it a lot, but yeah, he's a comic book artist. He just had a really incredible ratio cover on Absolute Martian Manhunter.
Okay.
So yeah, he's really good artist. But yeah, does a lot of indie stuff for sure.
Cool. Nice. Very nice. So so this one, definitely was super high grade. It's a square bound book. It's almost like a trade paperback. I was hoping it could get a 9.9 because some of those uncirculated trade paperbacks, I mean, they're just super square and glossy but a 9.8 on this is still, I don't know what the print count is. Maybe we can look it up, but it's still pretty rare. So let's see. Nice.
Streak continues. Keep on rolling.
Wow.
Pretty sweet. That's cool. Plagaus, you interested? It's heavy.
Yeah, we'll talk. Definitely.
Oh, gotta do some little research.
I gotta get you my right address.
Dude, did those books ever come in?
No, so
uh-oh.
Yeah, I filed a claim. We'll see what happens. I doubt they're gonna uncover them. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You've mailed him a bunch of things before, right, Johnny? You've mailed him things before.
I just didn't give him my new address, and he sent me the label, and I just disregarded it. I guess I don't know. It's okay. I let Sloth know. I'll find him a Digimon on eBay and.
Oh shit! It was that book.
Yeah.
I know.
Kind of a bummer, but could have been worse for sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
I don't want to hear Pop and Sloth's upset voice. You know.
Yeah, it sucks because that all worked out so perfectly. Like 3 days later, boom, that book pops up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I'll keep an eye out if I get another one.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
So here we go. All right. So we got 3 of these left. We've got 2 directs in the newsstand. If I get a 9.9 newsstand, I'm gonna shit on myself live on YouTube. But the best thing that we could hope for, obviously, is just nothing but 9.8s going the rest of the way. So let's see what we got.
Yay!
That is nice. Okay, so
get your tack irons out.
Yeah.
Books. I don't even know what that is, and you've told me 15 times.
Yeah, it's just a little handheld iron. Allows you to isolate pressure.
I like when you talk about using a little ball bearing. When you do like some little ball bearing thing.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's helpful for certain things for sure. Okay.
Another direct.
I don't know. I feel like this was the one that I thought would be a 9.4 or 9.6. So that means that it's probably a 9.4 or 9.6.
It's a 9.8.
We'll see. Ready? 9.6.
You called it. All right.
Yep. Cool. All right. 9.6. Well, we got one left.
The 9.9.
Then I don't want to put that pressure on me, but I am. You know I am. I should be happy with this, but I'm not because I'm a greedy.
Oh, you're pulling it out now?
It's the only one that's left.
Oh, it's the only one left.
I was trying to slow down. Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. I was just wondering. Okay.
So here it is, Wolverine newsstand. So it's either going to be a 9.8 or a 9.9. It's probably a 9.8.
Oh,
okay,
no.
Let's not. This is the one I got upcharged for. It went to the unlimited value, which means that its value exceeds $1,000. So a 9.8 of this is like a 9.8.
Are there any 9.9s on like registry?
None. So what I was trying to say in my long-winded rant about the price of this is that they don't have a FMV to charge me off of because there are no 9.9 newsstands. So they might have just charged me the minimum price and was like, all right, we don't know. You're going to set the value.
Wow.
I doubt it. So it's going to be a 9.8, which is great. We're extremely happy with that.
You're doing it again.
I felt something behind your move. I felt the change. Are we ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2. And I know, right? Look, that's beautiful, dude. That is beautiful. That's wild.
But I wanted the red Lamborghini for Christmas.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
It's a great looking book, man. Congratulations.
Thanks.
It's over $1,000. What?
Yeah, it's like 14. I think the last day was $1,400. Yeah.
Wow.
$1,400. I have, dude. Look, my sense of value, if you haven't figured this out yet, is skewed. Like it's skewed completely. What would you look at and you're like, I'm just too hard on myself, my collection, my grading, on everything I do. I'm just very hard on myself. So it's just the way it is. Just the way it is. So, but very happy with that. I mean, like I am happy with that. It's good stuff. So what's up? What do y'all think? Thoughts, questions, concerns?
Awesome, man. That's a lot of 9.8s.
Yeah.
Great.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, definitely one of the better ones for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the win is the Lobos, man. I mean, because you fucking stuck it to the man. You stuck it to the man. You did not.
Yeah. What were those before?
9/6s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, that right there is a montage of success in itself. You need to understand that you literally broke those out of the case and said, fuck you, redid them all. I just imagine like the shoe cobbler at night when everybody's asleep. You're sitting there just working on the comic books, more steam, more heat, more pressure.
That's exactly
you're
right.
the best playing in the background. You're the best around. And you're like, you're making these books 9.8, and you fucking did it, Johnny.
Yeah.
I think I've actually had that play actually in the background because I like that song.
Classic training
No
montage.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, super happy with that. So the other three, I guess I'll save it for the video when I do the full video. But the other three are pretty interesting. One is definitely a book you would see and you're like, oh yeah, if that's high grade, you should definitely grade that. The other two I kind of chose based off of low census counts, being a newsstand, and the fact that the custom label looked really good with the book. So those are going to be interesting. They should be kind of unique and fun. But yeah, what were you going to say, Rev, about the video today, the PSA one?
Okay. With all love and fun, but I just because you did a sports video, which first of all, like I had like the mental hard on for. I'm so amazed by what you were doing. You were like, I was falling in love more and more. You went to Barry Sanders, like, oh my God, Johnny knows sports. This is great. I'm envisioning us going to like sporting events now together, like sharing popcorn and shit like that. And then you said Frank Thomas came before Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire, and No. I went right to the comments and I'm like, yeah, nobody.
That's not what I said. I said Frank Thomas was the most jacked person that I've ever seen until Canseco got big. Jose Canseco, when he started out, was not as jacked as he was. He all of a sudden got fucking jacked as shit because he started taking roids later on in his career. And then McGuire, obviously, when he was in the home run race with Sosa and Bonds, that's when he was massive.
I'll put an asterisk on this one because if you're saying it like that, okay. I didn't go back and watch it again, but okay. Frank Thomas was all. You're right. Okay. And I didn't comment on it. I was thinking about it. I went to the comments and I was like, let me see if anybody. But apparently, I don't know anything about sports. I guess
yeah, no, that's all I was saying. I figured somebody would comment on something if I. That's what the internet's made for, right?
No, those books are great. I thought, but I thought that the idea of having, I actually, as I was watching it, I didn't get where you're going at first, and then I saw you kept going sports. I'm like, oh yeah, duh, fucking PSA does sports shit. I was like, I get what he's doing now. I didn't catch it at first, But,
yeah.
I think all those are a wonderful idea. I mean, and the PSA, like, they don't look good, and I don't know what marketing team you have there to like do that. They don't even look as good as the cards look. The cards look fine. Maybe because it's not so damn big, the big ass white space in the middle. Like I don't know. It's weird. They have money, don't they? They have marketing, don't they?
Yeah, a lot of money.
Yeah. I don't know why they're not. But yeah, I think you're right. I think it's probably a lot of white. It's the fact that the label is bigger and there's more voided space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for sure.
Here's the red.
Yeah,
this is red too.
For sure.
We're trained to look at red and say, "Oh no, that's not a good one."
Yeah. It's and again, like we're and with that video, you basically said, "I'm going to break the seal and I'm going to do this anyway, and I'm going to do it on my terms," and that's fine. And I think that some people, heavy hitters, will go out there and they will do that, and they're going to create the market. Literally, you're wise in thinking about sending it because you're going to be setting the trends. The more of your books that you get out there at PSA first, if it hits and it takes off with heavy hitters, then your books will be the ones that are catching the fire first. Totally agree. It's a crapshoot, but fuck it, man. If you got enough books, let it ride. Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the prices are going to be for PSA.
Mm-hmm.
Any theories? Higher, lower? What y'all think?
You talk about like
first
getting
higher
done
and then drop.
But Albert, they have to be competitive. They have to be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be competitive. They would have not done that label. They're going off of their name. That's it. It's like, oh, we PSA, we can, we create all the stuff. Everybody knows.
But they have no cash in the comic game. They have no cash in the comic game. I'm listening.
They don't care.
I think the fact that they're grading comics, they're going to bring in people from the sports card world as well. I think there's going to be a lot of crossover now because there's people that just collect PSA graded stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So
That's
I think
wild.
there's going to be a lot of that.
The other thing is going to be how they grade the books, because we don't know how they're going to grade hard, they're going to grade light. A card is not a comic book. How are they going to like actually grade these things? If they start the first submissions, oh, it's a 9.8, and you look at it and it's like, oh, that's not a 9.8. Like, what the hell are they doing? It's going to go down.
What is the company that has the labels that are like black and red? It's like PGX or something like that. What is like they have like their labels are like black and red, and like they're is there a company called PGX? Is that what I'm thinking? Is there somebody else?
PGX.
Yeah,
PGX is horrible.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're blue.
Like
They're blue, gray, and black.
Okay, but let
There
me
is a company you can custom the labels where it's like different like patterns and colors and stuff like that. You might be
somebody had something that's blue, black, and red, and like everybody's like, "Oh, this is trash. It's a trash company." But I remember thinking, like, "Damn, that label looks fucking cool." It's a Spider-Man book. It was black and red.
Was it EGX?
EGS, yeah.
Maybe so. Yeah.
EGS, yeah.
But I was sitting there thinking, like, it's a plastic case. It's a comic book inside. It says 9.6 and it's black and red. It looks cool as shit. But everybody's like, "Oh, fuck this. You can have it for $20." You know, like, well, what is like who like what? I understand the gold standard is CGC, excuse me, but like it's why? So PSA has the cash of grading cards, but like, why would I believe that their comic grading is their prowess in the comics is great? You know, like I'm just wondering. You know, I mean, like just is the whatever this is. It's
going to be people just getting into the hobby. People who like are jumping from cards to like like I said, jumping from cards to comics. Because I know PGS. CGC did the same thing with cards. They do cards too now. So they did the same thing. Their stuff is not as valuable as PSA.
So then why would PSA be more? Then why would PSA be more?
It will be right when it starts. And then people's going to do it just to have one. Because I have the new thing. Look, I have the new thing. And then it's going to...
So you think it's going to go on a decline once they start?
Yeah. Yeah.
But why would they charge less? I'm only asking because as a business owner, you know, like I think we're actually all business owners for the most part here, but not starting high. They wouldn't undercut the market by starting high. They should be competitive. I think they should be competitive and offer like, I don't say like 2-for-1 kind of shit, but I think that they need to be competitive to get as many books in their office as soon as they possibly can. Get a volume and put them out. You know, if they start off higher than CGC, people are like, well, fucking CGC is the gold standard and it's cheaper. Why would I ever go to PSA? You know, like
how much are they charging?
I'm just thinking.
We don't know yet. As far as we don't know. PSA. Yeah, no, we don't know yet. Derek says, I think one area PSA can capture market share would be a quick turnaround for moderns. Yep. If you can get a PSA 9.8 or 10 back before CGC 9.8, that would be a huge for flippers. Yeah, I agree. And he also said, who cares if PSA gets 10% less? If you're the first one in the market, doesn't matter. I agree with that. Mm-hmm. But remember, the head grader dude is a lifelong comic dealer. Then he was head grader at CBCS, now at PSA. Mm-hmm. So it's not like they're starting from zero. This is true.
Is that who that is? Is it the head guys from CBCS?
He is, yeah.
Okay,
he's the guy who does collectors comics on YouTube. It's his dad. He's done a whole interview with him.
Wow.
He's you ever watch him? Collectors comics? Plagaus?
From time to time.
Yeah. He
not,
does
not really my cup of tea, but yeah.
Yeah, he does like pretty much he's just a high end dealer. And he'll do a CGC submission of 50 books, and it's like, here's a Hulk 1, here's ASM 1, here's a super rare Whitman variant. This is the only one in the world, so I'm going to price it at $20,000. Like that's just him, you know. Which is interesting. That type of YouTube is very interesting to me when you're at that level. I mean, obviously he's doing well. He's got 20,000 plus subscribers, but it kind of always made me wonder from a quality of content standpoint. Like you've peaked. You can't do any better. You can't improve your comic book quality if you're dishing out these great, incredible unboxings and showing all these books that are the top grails of comics. Where do you go from there? You know, so it's like, I don't know.
Do you have a shop, or is it just?
He has an online store, and actually he did start doing something. I was like, this is kind of clever. He did start doing this thing where he's treating episodes as like Pawn Stars, and people are coming in with collections. And they're like, you know, or books and stuff, and he's doing it that way. I did think that was clever if he can do more. But I think it just takes a lot to make those videos, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, his dad is the head grader for PSA.
I think so. You'll do your PSA, and if you want, like I said, I mean, like when you do PSA, I'll throw some in too. Let's have some fun. I do all of this just for fun. I haven't sold anything in a year. It's all net loss for me, other than the joy of doing it. So I'll throw some in so we can really kind of see what the gamut is of what they run. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll probably mostly modern books that I have that I would put in. And are you going to go with some silver? Or what are you thinking about?
No, I'm just doing all. It's gonna be all modern stuff.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess we'll find out. I mean, and when do they start? July? Was it July 14th? Was that the whole?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I guess we're gonna see. I mean, like I was really shocked because you and I talked in person about the Milkbone book. I was really shocked how many people actually got that shit out as quick as they did, just like you. You know.
Yeah.
And then. Unfortunately, you got caught by one asshole cunt motherfucker. And but I mean, like that book probably it probably shouldn't be that much money in the end, you know, like the $5.91. I wanted you to get it, but I mean, like it's going to correct itself. So I mean, I think that the PSA thing will go out there. And I mean, do they even have a autograph tier yet or anything like that, or is it just okay? So I mean,
PSA has autograph. I'm pretty sure that they're going to offer that off the bat. Autograph authentication.
Yeah, and so we'll see. Like they'll probably change their labels in a year or two, and then we're gonna have like Gen 1 labels. You know, it's something new in the market, and people will play with it like a brand new toy. And you know, hopefully the people who
I heard a rumor that GameStop was thinking about buying PSA. Like
Weird.
The company was trying to gather some cash to make a purchase, and people they have money. They were gathering cash to buy like a big purchase, and the rumor was they were trying to buy PSA.
Oh, that's interesting.
That is weird.
If that happens, then it's gonna kind of go sideways.
This is the comment of the night.
Yeah.
We play parties and bar mitzvahs.
I'll accept my check for the plug. Thank you, Derek.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, I do have to say, and just in case he watches this video, I want to end that on the silver lining to that debauchery of a sale. The person that won it today actually watches the channel. Should I give his name out? Maybe I won't. I won't give his name out. But anyway, he watches the channel. He messaged me on eBay. He's like, you know, I watch your YouTube stuff. I was really excited about this. He was bummed that he didn't get it the first time.
Oh.
And then so after the second one, he actually won it, right? And you know, of course, it was like, and he got it for probably half the price. And so I am at least happy that I went to somebody who is really wanting the book. That you know that. And I appreciate, you know, him watching the channel and stuff like that. So I really do appreciate that. I'm just upset that this dude messed with my stuff. You know, I don't like people messing with my stuff. Nobody does, right?
Well, it's the business end of paper chase for sure. Like I said, we're here having a good time. And when you and I do Into the Void, we're not pushing or selling, and you're never pushing or selling. But when it is time to stand on business and push and sell, you don't want to get ripped off. I mean, it's not that's fine. I mean, like, I don't go to work and work for free. I'm going to be mad if somebody steals money from me, you know? So
100%.
Yeah, I get that. I think all of us, I mean, you know, one way or the other, I mean, like, you know, if you work hard, you want to get compensated for your pay one way or the other. And you did the hard work. I mean, for that fucking book, man, you had to be like on it. You had to learn about it first, go subscribe, whatever you had to do, buy the treats for Kylo, get the book, and like, you know what I'm saying?
Which gave her the runs, Milkbone. You gave the dogs the runs.
Man.
But that's, like I said, you did that, and then to have like you were obviously on like one of the first 20 people, maybe, I don't know, less, you know.
Right now there's 7 on the census is the current 9.8, and it's going to be interesting to see what that does. I really don't think that there's going to be I think that book's going to kind of waver until maybe a bigger sample size is graded, maybe like 100 or so, and like so for instance, if they start getting more 9.6s, 9.4s, it starts to get 9.6 heavy and 9.4 heavy, then that 9.8 could start to go up in value. If it does, and I think 250 is going to be the that would be the fair market value for that.
And of course, it depends on the movie and all that shit and blah blah blah. You know,
that's the other thing I was thinking about too. I had a feeling that people are going to walk away from that movie loving crypto so much that book might actually go up in value. So I'm gonna cancel that sale.
Well, until the dog actor catches a domestic violence case. And,
it's true too.
all FM.
Say again.
I said until the dog actor gets a domestic violence case against him and FMV drops 100% down.
Dude, that shit happened 2 nights ago at my house, man. Both me and my wife could not sleep. And then we finally all of a sudden, all right, we're starting to kind of be able to fall asleep. Domestic disturbance next door. I'm talking about the biggest, ugliest, nastiest, trashiest thing that you can think of happening next door. And I'm just like, Jeez. And I had 2 inspections the next day on big houses. And I'm just like, you're killing me.
The house behind your bed? The house behind your bed?
No. Across the street.
Across the street. Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Those guys? Okay. Wow.
Yeah, dude. It was.
I believe it.
Yeah. You pass by the house, you're like, yeah, that sounds right.
That's a domestic dispute house.
Yeah, for sure. What? Let's see what else Derek's saying. Derek, you want to we just get you on the chat, man? When are you gonna get step in front of the camera?
Yeah, no kidding.
And I do have a question now that you're in chat, because I'm sure I know House of Stein, which I typically watch on Friday nights. Give them a free plug that they don't need. House of Stein, the top 10 is great on Friday nights, so I figure some people are gonna be hopping over there soon. But Derek, why don't you start YouTube, man? You're so active on here. Just set up a camera, and you would already have people willing to sub up and show you some support based off of how active you are in the comment sections. I mean, I'm convinced you have clones,
Seriously,
to be that many places and that many comment sections at once. Oh yeah, he did have a Superman Friendship Unleashed. He said his was V-Up. That's the other thing too, man. Those things, I saw how those things were shipped. They were shipped so bad. Those books.
We should ask Derek what he thinks about Ironheart.
Oh, is anybody watching that?
I watched the first episode. Wow.
Hell yeah. Wait, so what'd y'all say? Who watched it?
I watched the first episode.
Yeah, I watched all 3 episodes.
What do you think, Silver?
Sorry.
This guy said, hell no.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Like it?
Whatever. I didn't really care for Riri Williams, what they did in Wakanda Forever or anything. But, I mean, it's all right. It's been enjoyable so far.
It was the first episode was enjoyable. If you forget the fact that Riri Williams was already an established character in Marvel, if you just go, oh, it's a brand new character they're creating right now, I don't need the backstory. There you go.
And don't compare.
Do not compare. Do not compare. Holy shit! Do not compare. But more importantly, I want to tell everybody out there. I've just finished the second to last episode of Andor season 1, and what the fuck, man! This show is amazing. This show is so good. It has nothing to do with Star Wars. I'm totally guilt-free watching this show. It's great,
It has literally all to do with Star Wars.
But
it's all war. It's all war.
And stars. What are you getting at? Of course,
I'm saying so for instance, and this is actually something that I thought of too. When I was so anti-Andor, because I was like, oh, it's not force heavy, it's not mythic, it's not all these things that you typically feel when you think of Star Wars. But Star Wars is really about the war part is the rebels versus the Empire. That's the war part of it, and that's all Andor is the rebels versus the Empire. So it's kind of takes the it's really just that war aspect. That's kind of cool, and that was something too that was very allowable watching it. I was like, look, if you take out that plot, I mean, that's the plot of Star Wars. It's not, farm boy goes and learns how to harness the Force. That's not the plot of Star Wars. it's the Rebel Alliance tries to overcome space Nazis. Like that's the plot of Star Wars.
It is such a well done, detailed show. Has everybody watched it? Has anybody watched it besides you and I, Johnny? Johnny, did you watch it?
I still haven't watched it.
Oh.
I've only seen the first 2 episodes right when it came out.
It's everybody told me it's like a slow burn. It was slow, but it's not fucking slow. It's great. It's good. Listen, I don't have any dog in the fight. I really enjoyed it. I mean, all the guest stars who were in it are fantastic. Who is your favorite character, Johnny?
Oh, Luthen.
Oh, okay.
Luthen. Oh, dude.
Mark Claw, you saw it, huh?
Nope.
No. So
I haven't seen it. I haven't gotten around to it.
This should be the show that everybody was like going crazy over. This is the one that people should have been watching, not the one with the witches and whatever that was. What was the one? I can't remember what it was called.
No, that was you talking about no. You're talking about Acolyte, yeah.
Yeah, no one should have. You should have been watching this show and not that show.
But they are though. The Acolyte bombed in the ratings. Andor is the first Star Wars show to actually make the Nielsen ratings since like maybe The Mandalorian or something else.
The details in that show, like just the stuff that was happening around them, like just the rooms they were in felt like they were real fucking rooms and things work. There's like rooms where like they're using the tools to build things. I'm looking at the wrenches going like that could work like that. I mean, like everything was so good. My wife was watching it with me. Holy shit. You know?
Keep going.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You first.
No, I was just saying I'm agreeing with you. I think Tony Gilroy said, I can't remember the exact dollar amount, but each episode cost 10 million? $1 million? 10 million? Oh yeah, absolutely.
Andy Serkis was so good in that role. He's still not my favorite character. My favorite character is the guy who lost his job and he went back home with his mom. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
I haven't seen season 2 yet, but in season 1, you watch that show and you realize if you step back, he has done nothing wrong. He's only just done his job the entire time, and he's just getting shit on the whole time.
Oh, just wait.
If you made him in the first series, season, if you made him the hero and flipped everything, it'd be a great story. It'd be like Seabiscuit, but Star Wars. It'd be great,
Sea Wars. Okay, yeah. What else? Oh yes, Jono, we asked earlier. What do you think think's do better in the box office, Superman or Fantastic Four? What are your thoughts?
I don't know.
He's biased.
I feel like I don't know. I think Superman might. I really do. I don't know. I think because of it being fresh, new, James Gunn, and so many people being worn out on MCU stuff. Even though I think Fantastic Four is going to be good, I think it's going to, and I hope both of them are good. But yeah, I think Superman might beat it. I don't know.
Yeah, fair take. Mm-hmm. Okay, what's going on in chat? Anything else? What are any other topics you guys want to talk about? Forrest Whitaker's character is bad. He is bad. He's fucking nuts, dude. When he's out there sniffing that's in season 2, but I won't say it. It's really not a spoiler. He's out there sniffing the fumes the starship fumes.
Jesus Christ.
Weird. Oh yeah, he's not. You realize? So yeah. Anyway, you realize why is the way he
Jyn Erso, you would kill me? I just remember that line from Rogue One. So good. You would kill me?
Galactic gas huffer. Yeah. I love how like that other dude that was with him started doing it, and then you see him like years later, the same thing. Like, and then he's like completely fine, like mentally unfazed. Like, you just like started doing the equivalent of like Star Wars meth, it seems like, and now you're like okay. It's just weird.
So season 2 is way better. You're saying
season 2 is honestly. So my opinion, like I think the general consensus is season 2 is way better. I like season 1 better. I don't think season 2 is bad, but if I had to pick, I like season 1 better, especially where you're at, Kevin. And the next episode, the finale, is really good. That's my take.
I can't swim. Oh my god. It was so good, dude. And like, you got to think about that. If your life was really on the line, like, if you have to like,
spoilers now.
Okay,
that's kind of a.
Watch the fucking show, Claw. What's wrong with you, dude? Like, and you too, John. I don't
laugh.
laugh. You too. Finish it.
I know. I know. I've been meaning to start it, man. I really have.
There's absolutely no reason I should be ahead of either one of you motherfuckers on Star Wars stuff. You know? I don't even know if you like Star Wars, Claw. Do you?
So, not the movies.
Here we go.
I like the lore, like the overall lore of Star Wars. I love it. I could take it all day. I don't really like the movies. Like, I've never really liked the movies. Mandalorian was good. Rogue One was good. But all the other movies, I've never gotten into it.
What does that mean you like the lore?
The lore.
Like, the extra stuff besides just the movies. Like, the stuff that would be in the comic books and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. He likes like the concept of the Force, the dark side, the light side, the aliens.
I like lore in general for, like, anything. With Star Wars, I like the lore. Movies, not so much.
I was going into this gated community today for work, and at the gate where the lady looks at your ID, many years ago she told me she was a big Star Trek fan, you know, and I kind of blew it off, but I had it in the back of my mind, you know, and I pulled up today and I was like, hey, are you going to GalaxyCon? And she looked at me because she's security. She looked at me, she's like, why? She's acting all tough. And I'm like, aren't you like a Star Trek fan? And she had like a stern face. She was like, and then she went, I am a Trekkie. Like that. It was really, really funny. she's like had to like feel me out. And then she's like, I'm like, oh, hey, I think like somebody from Star Trek's gonna be there. I was like, that red-haired lady. I was like, the red-haired lady, and she like said her name. She's like Gates McFadden. I'm like, okay. And she goes, is Patrick Stewart gonna be there? And then she got all like sultry, and she's like Jean-Luc Picard, and I was like, you know,
she's like, have a good day,
dude. She's so tough. She's so tough. But I was thinking of the fandom part of it. She was so tough, but then I was like, you're a Trekkie, and she realized I wasn't bullshitting her. She was all like, I'm a Trekkie, like that, like all of a sudden, instantaneously into it, and I was like, whoa, you know, like it was fun. But
it's funny if you get on the right topic, people show you who they are.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of GalaxyCon, this thing's huge, isn't it? It's huge.
Yeah. Still, I think the headliner, quote unquote, is going to be Charlie Cox. Sorry, Matt Murdock. Yeah. Charlie Cox. Anybody else bigger than him?
They added a voice actor for Spider-Man: The Amazing, the animated series, like from the 90s. He's also Prince Eric in Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah.
So twofold.
What?
Yeah, I wanted to tell you that.
I can get that book double signed.
That's funny. You can,
my Little Mermaid book. Right. And then I'm gonna get John Beatty to remark a castle with a dick on it in the background.
Nice.
I will hold you to that.
Didn't you pick up that Spider-Man Adventures, like the first black suit Spider-Man?
I do have that. Yeah,
you can get him to sign that.
Yeah.
Secondly, that's his character.
That's true, huh?
Yeah.
That's a great little series. A lot of people are starting to be on the hunt for that in the Spider-Man Electric Company. Spidey series. But yeah, GalaxyCon is going to be, it looks like it's going to be really cool. I'm excited for Decal and Jock.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Damn, yeah. Jeff Decal's got some just cool shit, man. So.
Yeah. You want to see the book I'm going to get him to sign? I'll show you. Have you ever seen?
He's got a really cool X-23 book I really want to get.
Let me look that up too.
Road trip, Plagaus.
Yeah, I do. I want to come out there.
Yeah, come on,
dude. Yeah, man.
You've never sweat in your life like you're going to sweat when you come down here. Just want you to know that. Heads up.
I have
the humidity, right?
Oh, it's the humidity, yeah.
Because it gets hot as hell here. I mean, we're already in the hundreds, but it's very dry. We're in the desert, so.
No, it's humid big time, buddy.
So I have a raw one of these that I'm pretty sure can hit a 9.8. This is limited to 250 copies. Have you seen this?
That's cool.
Dude. This
a booby book, like you called it earlier.
It's a booby book. Yep.
I love my wife. That was great.
And Trial of the Soul. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So I'm gonna get him to sign that. And Jock, I'm gonna get him to sign. I have a Detective Comics 880 that I'm gonna get him to sign. Did you see how much that original art just sold for?
No, that's the Joker, right? With the bats.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think
how much?
I think it sold for 240,000.
Oh, okay.
Which actually I thought it went for more, but that's still, that's a lot.
It's still good, yeah.
It's pretty modern.
Look at that Jeff DeCall like X23.
Yeah. Jeff DeCall X23.
I liked it.
Do you know what issue it is, or what? I'm sure.
No, it'll pop up.
Oh yeah. I've seen this. This is cool. Yeah.
Can we see that? There he goes. Yeah. I like that one.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
X-Force. X-Force of all books. Christ. I wonder if there's a version of it. I don't know if there is or not. I can't remember.
No, it's a 1 in 25, so there wouldn't be a version.
It's only $20. Look at that.
Yeah, it's only $20, and
that's
you should probably actually have some there too.
That's I'll probably make that move right there and do that.
That is cool. Yeah, he's great, man.
He really is.
He is really good. Who else is going to be there? Anybody else you can think of? Oh, John Beatty. I'm going to get him to sign my Punisher limited series #1. He did the interiors for that. I know Zach did the yeah. Zach did the cover. Did John Beatty do the inks on it though?
I got it right here.
Let's see.
I love how Plagaus just has like these really nice books, just like not in bag and board. He just like he was waving around that Two-Face book like he was just got done on the toilet with it. He's just like, here it is, signature, right, hanging out.
Oh, I had to have it prepped and ready to go.
Yeah. 288,000 is what it sold for. Okay.
Yeah, he's the inker.
He's the inker on that cover.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to get him to sign. I got a newsstand that's super high grade. I think I'm going to get him to sign that. And it says CGC is going to be there, but I don't think CGC. I guess it's the affiliate.
No, it's affiliate. I think this might be 1 or 2 that are doing it.
Okay. Interesting.
$288,000. And did that go to Jock? Is that or does somebody own it? Like, that's what I'm saying. I think Jock's like, fuck that, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that was on Heritage, right?
You never did watch that Golden Touch show on Netflix, did you?
I don't. The only thing I've watched is Andor. That's the only thing. And some Rick and Morty.
And Bluey.
Hey, don't talk smack about Bluey.
I didn't say anything bad about Bluey.
Constantly.
He's watching it, Little Australian dog.
Actually, I'm more Danny Go lately. Let me tell you, there's a Bluey episode that could be nominated for an Emmy.
Which one? Sign?
Which one?
Which one?
Is The Sign?
The Sign? No.
Is The Sign the one when they are moving?
Yeah, where he like.
Oh yeah, dude. That
was hard.
It's so good.
Yeah, yes. No, I was talking about the one where Bingo is trying to go to bed on her own. She's never.
Oh, the one she's in the
she goes in outer space. Yeah, she's dreaming. Dude, the music in that's the thing about this show. And I'm gonna talk about this with no shame. That show is so on another level of creativity because it's hitting kids at one level and then it's hitting adults at this other completely different level. They were genius because they're going to we're going to make a show that kids are going to want to watch, but parents are not going to mind having it on because there's substance to it, ton of subtext. And then there's a lot of stuff that is 100% relatable that parents see themselves in the decisions that those dogs make.
Yeah.
Rev's losing his mind right now because he's like, how are these people having...
I'm respecting you guys. I'm respecting you guys.
You can, honestly, there are grown adults who have no kids who watch the show religiously.
No, that's weird.
I get it. I get it. I get not that. You're right.
It's
I get
shows
it.
In one.
It's 2 shows in one. I get it.
It's a parenting show and it's a kid show.
But I think it's
if
so
you have
good
a kid, you'll find something in there.
But yeah, right, exactly. If you're a parent, I can see why you would watch it and get stuff out of it. But if you don't have a kid and you're watching that show, that's where I'm like, that's a little. I don't get that aspect of it.
Yeah. I think it's the wholesomeness.
You want to just like Bluey and chill?
Yeah. Yeah. You might get blue balls.
Yeah, or Bluey.
What else? What else we got? What was I looking up? Oh yeah, the heritage auction thing. I was trying to see that jock. Look at this Frank Frazetta. Session completed. Price realized. What is this? Hold on. I'm sorry. You tab on StreamYard. Look at this. Original Frank Frazetta art. That's nuts.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
crazy. That's unbelievable, dude.
Yeah, some detail there.
Wow. Look at that moon.
What'd that sell for?
It hasn't ended yet. Let me see what the current bid, or maybe it did. Oh, it sold for. I gotta sign in to see what it sells for. That's bullshit. Oh, that's ridiculous. Actually, I think I do have a. I don't know. I won't do that now.
Yeah, don't do it now because you'll see your password, baby.
Because what?
Make sure your password or something like that. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. What else is going on out there in Comicville, Pop Cultureville?
Oh shit, I don't know.
I guess
I'm just reading my modern books. Yeah, I'm just reading my modern books.
What you got?
Oh, just the pickups. It's still the best book out there at West Coast Avengers. So good still. So good.
Really?
And
above Martian Manhunter?
Martian Manhunter is an artistic book. It's very, very, very good, but it's like one of those ones where like, you feel like you need to like have like the pencil thin mustache and like, it's trying to bend your brain like Dolly. It's very, very good. But if you're straight enjoying, 2 books out there. Batman Dark Patterns is really, 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 really good. And West Coast Avengers, just because it's fucking fun. It's a fun comic book. Jono and I were talking about this the other day, that the most enjoyable comic books are the ones that characters who don't have to have massive implications in the world. Like we were talking about, obviously, always Spider-Woman and She-Hulk, but they're good because they don't have none of their storylines are massively implicating in anything. It's just they just have stories. Like Spider-Man, he's always going to be big in the Marvel universe, but his standalone books, it's just him being goofy as fuck. And like sometimes they're good, most of the time they're not. But no, like the books that I enjoy right now, the ones that don't have to have like I don't have to read 9 in a row to understand what's going on in one storyline. I can just enjoy the book and put it down and roll. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
So.
What about you said West Coast Avengers and what was the other one?
Batman Dark Patterns, which is
what is that?
Batman Dark Patterns. I don't know if it takes place like it seems like it's a little bit longer ago, but it really concentrates on like the detective aspect of what he's doing. And there's not a lot of action and fighting. One was remember you guys. What's that?
Is it Elseworlds? It's like not in canon.
I think it's just Batman's story. Yeah, if it's Elseworlds, yeah, it doesn't. It's not with Batman the Hush thing going on right now. Do you remember? You guys watched Judge Dredd? We were in the movie with Carl Urban. How good that was. There's a storyline. There's a storyline that just finished where he was in a apartment building complex or condominiums just like that, and he has to like find. I can't remember the guy's name, but it's like the little wooden doll. The little wooden doll that the bad guy's a wooden doll. Scarface, yeah, okay. So but this owner who had Scarface was killed, and this entire complex is taken on the persona of Scarface, but not in a cheesy way, like we are Scarface kind of thing, But he had to go from like floor 1 all the way to the top to figure it out, and it was 4 books. It's just 4 book episodes, and it's on to the next storyline, and it's just really good. It's really nice. Really good, and the art's great too. The art's great too,
I want to read that Bad Moon. Is it called Bad Moon? Was that the one? It was like a 4-issue miniseries where I think he gets turned into a werewolf.
You would want to read it. Yeah, you would.
Anybody read that?
I didn't read it. I heard about it. I heard there was a book that he got turned into a werewolf. I heard it was good.
Yeah, I think if that trade paperback's out, I'll pick that up. I'm just at the end of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. And that book is a little overhyped. Tom King, that book's a little overhyped for what people built it up. Well, I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm saying people are like, "Oh, it's so good, so good, so good." And I know Tom King is a very, a respected writer in the comic world, but I was just like, I don't know. I think maybe it's because he tells the entire story through the perspective of this little girl who's with Supergirl. So everything that she's saying, she goes on like all these like rants and tangents and stuff. And like in the beginning of it, like the first couple of issues, I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. But then once Supergirl gets introduced and she starts doing like really cool shit, you see how troubled she is. Now I'm just like, okay, well, shut up. I want to see some more of like Supergirl's thing, not like your view of Supergirl. It's not terrible, but just not a little underrated, or I guess maybe overrated rather. But yeah, that's the only thing I've been reading, I think, lately.
Not Hulk, not Immortal Hulk.
Dude, it's hard to read in bed. That's the problem with that book.
That's fair.
It's the compendium, and my reading time is typically my bedtime. What else is going on out there?
I love the fact that you can read in bed. See, here's the thing. I have a Kindle. My Kindle is like this big. All right, it's small, and it actually has night vision on it, where like the white would be black and black would be white, and it's like it's orange and like the lights are. It's super. It doesn't matter, man. My wife can be rolled on her face, and I'm reading turned away from her, and she'll be like, "It's just too bright. It's just too bright. You got to get rid of that shit." I'm like, "How?" Like I can be under the covers and under the pillow in the next room, and she's like, "Can you just turn it off?" You know, it's weird. I can't read in bed. I would love to read in bed next to my wife. You know.
Yeah, Crystal's she's a sweetheart, man. She lets me read in bed, and all I have to do is just drape a towel or a shirt over the lamp, which kind of like dims the light. Like, wow. But there's a light on in the room. Like, it's not even like, and so yeah, she's super. Now that she does reach a breaking point where she's like, all right, it's fucking 1:00, turn it off. Yeah, did anybody read the new Deadpool book with that new character in it? She looked cool. She looked unique. She didn't look like a recycled kind of character. She looked, kind of like she had like a cool style, and I can't think of her name. But she's on the cover. She's on the cover of the newest Deadpool issue.
No idea. Last thing I saw about Deadpool was that his daughter became Deadpool. That's the last thing I heard. And that was a while back. It was a couple months ago.
How big is your pile?
How big is your pile, Albert? Let's just see it. Let's do a shame meter. Show me your unread pile.
He's sitting on it.
Yeah, I know.
Short boxes right now.
Read them. What are you doing, bro? You're not that busy.
I'm not busy, but I'm playing.
You got to put your folder on hold, man. Well,
I don't have
LCS loves you, but you don't have a folder.
I don't have it anymore. I never had a folder. So if I go to Crest City, they always have the stuff. Like, I don't really need a folder.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Les told me if I ever need anything, to send him an email a couple days before. He'll make sure he has it. But I don't have a folder. Mm-hmm. But I've dropped down to maybe like 4 books a month.
Reading?
So, wow. No, just kidding. Read them. Like, last time I read was when I had to go to DC a couple weeks ago, and I bought those trades. So I got Power Fantasy, Bitterroot, and Radiant Black. This is like all 3 great. Those are all 3 of them.
You're a liar.
Awesome. I would love to get back up to speed on Radiant Black. I was buying that when the first one came out, when it first dropped. And I didn't catch the cover A, but I got a couple of the variant covers, and I think I stuck with it for about 7 or 8 issues, and complete like shocker whenever something happens in the very beginning. And you think like it's going one way, and then something else happens. Like wow, and that's one that I want to, because that universe is really
it's like
massive,
exploded kind of thing. Well, it is the massive verse, right?
Right. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. This is true. Yeah,
I'm waiting for I'm going to Baton Rouge next week for work, and I'm probably going to get the second trade. Because I decided to watch the trades.
How many trades are out right now for that?
Oh, it's a couple. Because it's been going for a couple of years now. So I want to say 5. But there's also like Radiant Pink has one. Rogue Sun has one. There's like a whole bunch of extra ones now because it blew up to a whole bunch of different characters.
Crystal Lewis. Who's that?
Hi, Crystal.
Interloper.
Hey, I almost said my last name. We won't say that. Hey, babe, what's up? I was just bragging about you. That's my wife. Get out of here.
He definitely was. Listen, the problem with Radiant Black is it's just not a good story. Sorry.
It's not?
No. It's
What part do you like about it?
I mean, okay, it was I read it for the first like 20 books or so, and then Radiant Pink and then Radiant Red and then Fire Guy, whatever his name was.
Fire.
The
Rogue
guy
Sun, I think is the
Rogue Sun. I felt like they were trying to create it kind of felt like how like the House of Slaughter became House of Slaughter and House of whatever and House. It was
but business.
You just didn't make it. You didn't make the first one good enough to make all these other ones. You know,
well, I mean, it's still going, so obviously it's not bad enough.
Image has money though. You know what I'm saying? Like and maybe the people like It's called what is it? It's called Power Rangers. They're just Power Rangers, man. Yeah, they're Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, okay.
Geiger's done well too. Geiger in the Red Coat series and
I heard
Rook or whatever.
That's the mission that we're like talking about and stuff like that. I have Geiger #1, 4th printing, 1 in 25.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to try to send it and see if we can get 90. It's super rare. I actually found it at Crescent City on the shelf months after it had came out for like cover price. So I want to see. I think it's like $100 book right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sending that.
Damn.
Yeah, but is it $1,400? Is it $1,400?
I don't have a book that's worth.
Don't bring your $100 trash on this unboxing show.
I have a giant size X-Men that's worth $1,300.
Yeah, but do you have one with you right now? I mean, maybe someone in the room right here.
Want me to go get it?
I got a guy who's got one right in front of him right now. Let's see that thing again.
What is it? Oh, the giant size? Yeah, dude.
Come on, Plagaus, just show it again. Show it again. It's not even in a case. It's just set on the back of the board. He's reading it.
But is it the GameStop foil?
I tried 2 GameStops and I was like, it's not worth it.
I got so I got 2 of them, but I got it way early. Like whenever it went up and it became like the whole like on the hot 10 list, I had it a week before that because I was following a Facebook group and this one guy posted a photo of his foil John Says X-Men. Great title too. Like he put in big letters, run, don't walk. And he's like, GameStop has giant size X-Men foil. And he's like, all I had to do was buy an action figure to get one.
Yeah, it was like get one.
Right. So I didn't read that part. I heard GameStop has giant size X-Men foil. So I go over and Crystal wanted chocolate. And so I'm like, can I run a GameStop? And she's like, will you get me chocolate? I'm like, yes. So I went out on a chocolate GameStop run and I go in there. I'm like, hey, do you have this comic book? And they're like, no. And so I go back home and I realize, oh, you have to buy 2 figures and then they'll probably get a notification on their laptop, whatever. And so anyway, I go the next day and the guy busts out a pack of, I guess, 5 or 10, manhandling the hell out of them. And he's like, no, yeah. It's like, yeah. So he's like, you have to buy 2 figures. And I'm like, okay. So I picked out a Miles Morales one and I picked out a Hallows Eve one. And so I'm like, can I get 2 of them? And he's like, if you get a membership, a GameStop membership.
It's how they're paying for PSA.
Yeah. Which is $25.
You get a $5 coupon every month.
Yeah. So I ended up getting a GameStop membership, 2 figures and 2 foils. The foil sold for $52 on eBay. I still have the other foil. I was gonna just keep that one because it is cool. It is a different foil than the what is it? The CTC. What's the fucking other company? Big Time Club, BTC. Big Time.
Yeah, the back's different, right?
No, it's a different type of foil. So, So BTC is all foil. Like you lose all of the artwork in it because it's so shiny. You can't really see the detail. It gets super muddled. But GameStop's is spot foil. So the only thing that is foil really is the background, the old X-Men in the background. Their eyes and Wolverine's claws are foil. Other than that, it's ink. So the characters really pop, and they come out of the and it actually looks really, really good. Yeah. So so there's definitely a difference in but yeah, it's cool. And that's it. That's my GameStop fucking comic book story.
Are you gonna display your figures?
Display them?
Yeah.
I don't really have a spot for them. I'm tapped out.
Behind you. Let's show right behind you. Just put them.
What? No, you don't put figures on shelves with books.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
I mean, you can do whatever you want. I mean, like,
yeah, seriously, you can do whatever you
want. I realized that was coming when I said it.
You can't do that.
As I look at Plagaus behind me with like all of it right there on display, like
a deal of a lifetime for me. It's funny. Yeah, you can get kicked out of the community for displaying figures with comics. Masterclass in upselling. What else? What else? I mean, I'm not exactly too tired yet.
I'm not tired, but I gotta go. The wife is getting out the shower, and it's time for me to leave, y'all. I love you all.
Podcast going when your wife's in the chat.
Well, your wife's in the chat. My wife's giving me the business to get out of the chat. So, yeah.
Oh no. Well, let's play it.
Wait, you don't get to leave before me, asshole. This dude just Irish goodbye to podcast.
He just dips out.
Oh, like shit. And and Slav said he does that too. And he just did it. This guy.
He does. He said his phone died.
Oh, okay. We love him. All right.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Anyway.
Do we want to? Okay. Yeah, we'll call it there. I'll go. I guess I'll go look at these cheap books. These stupid $1,400 worthless pieces of shit.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm not upset about it. I don't know if that notion came across at some point.
Where you're going, at some point, the way you're going, you're gonna have to kill somebody to achieve an erection, John. I mean, you look at like if you're boohooing $1,400 books,
I'm not boohooing.
I know you're not. I'm really happy for you. I know that you're in that quest for that 9.9, and that's what's fucking you. That's what you really, really want. So I mean, the 9.8s, you love them, but now the point is you want that 9.9. Once you get the 9.9, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I know.
Watch the documentary Free Solo. What you just said reminds me of that. You seen that, Jono?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, when it came out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing documentary.
You seen Dawnwall?
No.
It's one of the guys in Free Solo, Tommy Caldwell. It's a route that's right around where Free Solo is, and it's a documentary about that. Yeah, it's great. It's awesome.
Shit. Okay, really I need to check that out. Actually, okay, yeah, I'll unpack that later. Okay, we are going to wrap it up there. Thanks for everybody for hanging out with us. Hit like on your way out. Stay tuned for the video that's going to drop. That's going to cover the fair market value of everything that was unboxed tonight. And that is it. Have a good weekend. See you on the next page.